o'clock. Buenos dias, JP, Naughty Natalia. It's the JP Morning Show. Some special guests in the studio this morning. She's back for ARTtalk. Susana Baker is here this morning. Buenos dias.
Good morning. Buenos dias, JP.
And you have your special guest here. Please introduce the man.
Absolutely the fabulous and talented. Good morning, Erni Vales.
Good morning. How are you?
Ernie, get up on that mic, Ernie, real close. I don't want to miss a word. Right there. There you go. Welcome to the show, Ernie.
Things right in my face.
Welcome to the JP Morning Show, sir.
Thank you.
Susana, the floor is
So
yours.
I just got to tell you, ARTtalk with Susana Baker is so happy and honored to always be here, 93.5 with you, JP and Natalia. I have to tell you, I want to bring some of the cultural makers and influencers, especially that we're in Wynwood, and our fans that listen to the show. They are so creative. And Ernie, you've been in Wynwood since the beginning. When did you open up, and why did you come to Wynwood?
We opened up Redwood. What year was that? Red's my wife. Sorry. What?
10.
In 2010, we opened. It was a ghost town. I mean, it was like.
When you say open what?
We opened our gallery right on the block. Right?
Gallery, yeah. He's a visual artist. He's a very big. Erni Vales, just to tell everyone, Erni Vales is one of those guys that would take a hook and he would, over a bridge. He was the subway cars, the collections of subway cars that Ernie did in New York City are so impressive. And luckily, he never got electrocuted. One of his friends did and just jumped like 50 feet.
Wow.
But it was really dangerous. But, the way you rise the ranks, and if you Google Erni Vales, Vales, you Google this artist, he's major. And so what he did was he started in New York, with the spray paint cans and the more 3D, the more visual, impactful you are in that 1 hour that you got before the police come to arrest you, the more famous you become as the underdog artist. And that's what Ernie did. And he rise, and then he worked as a fashion photographer with David LaChapelle.
I was not the photographer.
No, you're not the photographer, but you did all the background scenes, right?
So were you born and raised over in New York?
I grew up in Chinatown in New York.
Really?
Yeah. It's now it has a name. It's called Two Bridges. So I was between the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge.
And when did you know that you were into art, or you want to get into art?
I was always drawing.
Yeah.
I was always like I was like the good kid. Like, give him a piece of paper and a number 2 pencil, and he's good for like 4 hours.
What was the breaking point that you actually said, okay, I'm going to turn this now into my career, into what I do?
Art and Design High School in Manhattan, where it really started shaping me. And I met other graffiti artists, and I was like, what is this thing? I think I have to try this. And I tried it. I was good at it. A lot of, younger Puerto Rican kids, Black kids, kids with no means. What do you want, right? You want acceptance. You want to be cool. You want to be, and I got into graffiti, and all of a sudden, I was noticed. Before I was a nobody.
Right.
I was a 14-year-old kid.
You found your niche. I found
a niche, and I found a niche in art and design if you ever saw the movie Fame, our school was like 5 times better. Than that school, because I watched that movie. Everybody from art and design would watch Fame and be like, yeah, we do that every Monday,
Yeah.
But I went to school with legends of graffiti like Mayor 139, Lady Pink, Doze, and then went with hip hop legends like Mr. Wiggles and Fable, and we didn't know what we were doing. It was a culture that was beginning. So I always tell people that I wasn't part of the roots of the tree, but I was part of the trunk.
Yeah.
And now I'm, part of the leaves of a giant tree. I don't know what the leaves on the other side of the tree are doing, but they're doing it in Europe, and they're doing it in Asia, and they're doing it all over the world. And you're like, wow, it could have been a hula hoop.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be. You'd be like, I'm not talking to a graffiti artist.
No, you
Why?
really, Ernie, you really, you have, and I think everything is destined by, the greater, whatever you believe in, but there's always this power that takes you where you're supposed to be. And I know Red is your muse, which is a fabulous looking lady, both inside and out. I remember when I met you in 2010, actually, I went to you, a wonderful gallery, JP, is one of the first, and it's called Evil Worlds, EVL. And I was like, why evil? And it's his initials, Erni Vales Limited. And so I walked in and I saw these powerful, very colorful pictures, and they're very animated with subliminal feelings. Like he had this one picture of the 4 horses coming out, very regal and strong with the,
It's called the 4 horses.
The 4 horses. And it's about the Acopolis, the letter.
Yeah.
And so, Revelations. And so he has little bunny rabbits on it. And teddy bears, and he's known for his teddy bear and bunny rabbit. If you ever been to, I don't know if you remember in Midtown, there was a restaurant called Mercadito, and they had that huge teddy bear shooting his foot and foam coming out.
That's him.
That's Erni Vales. Awesome. And when you started your gallery, you made a commitment to yourself. What was that?
Well, we got in right at Art Basel. I forget what year it was, but we just got in Art Basel. And I decided to do a retrospective of my work to introduce myself to Miami. Because I had 30 years worth of commercial work that I had done, whether it was David LaChapelle, whether it was corporate clients, whatever it was. And we got to a point, the next week after Basel was Art Walk. And I was like, okay, we can let this show ride. But then January came, and we had another art walk, and that's why we moved to the area, because of Art Walk. That Art Walk, I was dumbfounded. How does this many people come to a neighborhood that's desolate for 29, 30 days a month, and then they come and it's not corporate sponsored? There was no, the liquor companies were trying to get in, the soda companies were trying, everybody was trying to get in. And all the galleries were like, no, we're good. We'll take your liquor and we'll serve it. But we're not selling out. Not selling out to you. And I was like, this is where I want to be. I want to be here. I had not seen this happen anywhere in the world where I'd gone.
And we still have that art walk.
I tell people, my friends in Los Angeles, they're like, oh, we have an art walk too. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, like this.
You don't have an art walk. You have we have a night that all the
art
galleries
crawl.
open
and 100
people come.
Yeah.
We have an art walk, and I'm like, it's literally, and when I tell people, you have to come and experience it, because I could tell you the numbers. I think I read somewhere that it's like 100,000 people would come into the Wynwood Design District Midtown area, and we would get in our gallery 800, 900 people going through the gallery, and I didn't have any work, but I had a 2,000 square foot space. I'm like, I better get painting, So I was like, well, and then there's another one the next month, and the next month, and the next one. I'm like, I can't keep showing the same paintings over and over. I'm a true believer in if something's difficult, it's worth doing. That's where you grow. That's where you learn. That's where you.
Because as an artist, you have all the techniques. You could do a painting within an hour, especially someone, but it's the idea and the concept. And that's what I love about Ernie. He has the conceptual ideas, and sometimes he gets frozen. I saw your Jim Morrison that you just did. Phenomenal. And so you decided to do 13 paintings for 13 months. Could you imagine every month 13 paintings? I thought the guy was crazy. So I started, and with that artwork that you had just said, I saw 10,000 people one day. I couldn't find a job to save my life. And so that's when the light bulb went off to do art tours. And Ernie, being one of the most exciting, visual, explosive galleries, I went in, and here's this redhead who's totally redhead with red dress, red shoes, that day at least that I went in. And I said, hi, my name is Susana Baker. What's your name? Red. I go, I thought she was Anna. She was all in red. I said, boy, does your name fit you? Make a long story short, she tells me my husband's painting had to be very quiet. So I would go behind the curtain and you would see this amazing painter. And in the gallery walk that you started, that I started to bring tours, you have a story where, if you look, JP, look at his watch. So in the second month of him being open, the owners of Invicta Watches walk in, fall in love with Ernie's work, and purchase 4 or 5 paintings. And
wow.
4 or 5 to begin with.
And that's, you do a watch for Invicta?
Yeah, several.
I have,
sold out.
Oh, I think it's now
7.
No, how many designs that they put on watches?
Over 38.
Over
30.
30.
Sold
Wow,
out.
very
He
nice.
couldn't even buy his own watch. He had to
Here's
go
the-
on
this is-
eBay.
It's true story. True story. So, I get this watch. They take 3 designs, and I'm so excited. And I'm like, wow, we sold out. Sold that the limited edition. And then I look and say, I don't have one. And,
You couldn't even get your own watch.
So I had to go on eBay
and buy it on their
buy
watch.
my own watch. And I was negotiating with the people on eBay selling my watch, and having them email me, well, you know who this artist is. He's very, very famous. I'm like, he's not that famous. Come on.
It's me.
I love your work, Ernie. I love your work. I love Red. I hope the muse continues and we see more work.
I know you talking about an event tomorrow. That you
Oh
got
my
something
God,
going on.
how could I forget? Ernie is a visual artist. You can see his work in the design district at Estefan's Kitchen. We are so honored. And the generosity of the Estefans, Gloria and Emilio, gave me their space. And we have a tribute to Puerto Rico. It's the first time, JP,
Very
in
nice.
2 years that we haven't celebrated as a Puerto Rican community outside of the devastation of Puerto Rico. And so we're so excited. It starts at 6:30 tomorrow night. 6:30 to midnight. We have Lefty Perez, who's from the Bronx, moved to Puerto Rico, Salsero. He's called El Salsero. We got Lisa Thon, an amazing fashion designer who owns a school in Puerto Rico. She's coming in with her Watusi models
Nice.
to do the catwalk. And we got
Wait,
Ernie
hold on.
Vales,
I have to shout out Jose Mendin.
Jose
Jose
Mendin,
Mendin, who I met like 27 years
chef,
ago.
amazing
A
chef.
chef when he was working for Sushi Samba in Dallas. That's where I met Jose. And we've been friends since.
Wow.
And
You're going to see him tomorrow night.
I know, we were
He's
texting.
doing
I
a
was like,
lot.
Jose,
He's
you gonna be
doing a
there?
lobster ceviche, so join us.
Yes.
JP, I hope
Where
to
can people get
put-
quickly just on info on this event, and also I want you to give some of your social media stuff if you have
Okay.
it.
Well, the info and tribute to Puerto Rico, you could go to the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce .org. It's there. Also, you can go on my Instagram at the Art Experiences. The poster is at the Art Experiences. And Ernie, is it on your Instagram? Are you a good Puerto Rican?
Where can we find you on Instagram,
Ernie?
Where can we find you on there?
Everything is Evil World. EVL World. Ernie
At
Vales
Evil
Limited.
World.
At Evil World.
Everything on
EVL.
Instagram, it's Evil World. On
love
Facebook,
it.
it's Evil World.
Yeah, his initials.
Yeah, Ernie, thank
My
you
mom
so much.
got a tattoo of Evil World.
Oh,
Really
your
nice.
mom.
No, she did not.
Red's got it.
Thank you for coming on the show, Ernie. We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it, man. Keep doing it big, Susana. You did
JP.
it again. You are
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for
We
coming
love
on,
you.
and we'll see you again next week, right?
See you next week.
All right.
Art Talk with Susana Baker.
Revolution 935. It is 10:17 now.